As tensions escalate in the Middle East, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian has asserted that Iran will maintain no red lines in defending its people and interests. This declaration comes on the same day that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu urged the United Nations to reposition peacekeepers in southern Lebanon, accusing them of being used as human shields by Hezbollah. Netanyahu's request to UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres follows the United Nations interim force in Lebanon's refusal to withdraw from the region despite recent violence that resulted in injuries to 5 of its members. In a video statement, Netanyahu emphasized the urgency of the matter. Here is what he said.
Mr. Secretary General, get the UNIFIL forces out of harm's way. It should be done right now, immediately.
Hezbollah militants had fired anti-tank missiles at Israeli troops, wounding 25 of them. The attack was very close to a UNIFIL post, and a tank helping evacuate the casualties under fire then backed into the UNIFIL post, it said. Hezbollah denies it uses the proximity of peacekeepers for protection. UNIFIL has said previous Israeli attacks on a watchtower, cameras, communication equipment, and lighting has limited its monitoring abilities. UN sources say they fear any violations of international law in the conflict will be impossible to monitor. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, in a call on Sunday with his Israeli counterpart Yoav Gallant, reinforced the importance of Israel taking all necessary measures to ensure the safety and security of UNIFIL forces and Lebanese armed forces, according to a readout of the call. Israeli Energy Minister Eli Cohen echoed Netanyahu's sentiments, criticizing UNIFIL as ineffective in protecting Israeli citizens from Hezbollah attacks. He urged for the withdrawal of UN peacekeepers, stating, quote, "If the UN cannot help, at least it should not interfere and move its personnel from the combat zones," end quote. The situation has intensified, with Israeli forces engaging Hezbollah in response to ongoing hostilities. Reports indicate that Israeli tanks entered a UNIFIL base on Sunday, an incident the UN described as a breach of protocol. In retaliation, Hezbollah launched drone attacks on Israeli military camps, resulting in casualties among Israeli soldiers. The Pentagon announced plans to send US troops and an advanced anti-missile system to Israel amid rising tensions. US Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin highlighted the importance of ensuring the safety of UNIFIL forces during a call with his Israeli counterpart, urging caution to avoid escalating the conflict further. French President Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, condemned the recent targeting of the UN peacekeeping mission in Lebanon during a summit with leaders of 9 European Union member states in the Mediterranean on Friday. Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez on Friday condemned Israel's attacks against the United Nations peacekeeping force in Lebanon and called on the international community to stop selling weapons to the Jewish state. The region remains on high alert as Israel considers its response to a barrage of missiles launched by Iran on October 1st, which followed earlier assaults on Lebanon.